The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Ambassador Crix's body crumpled to the floor, the third assassination in as many weeks. Purple blood pooled beneath the Altarian diplomat's lifeless form while security drones buzzed frantically overhead, their scanners detecting nothing, just as they had with the previous murders. Commander Elena Vasquez stood motionless among the panicking delegates, her human eyes tracking movement patterns that others missed. While the Zephyrians huddled together in terror and the crystalline Mordani flickered with anxiety, she remained calm. Around her, representatives from dozens of species whispered the same question that had haunted the galaxy for months. Why were humans the only ones untouched by the Phantom Killers? Another perfect assassination, muttered Director Thane, the station's security chief, a hulking Bulgarian whose 6 arms trembled with frustration. No energy signatures, no weapon residue, no traces whatsoever. It's impossible. Elena crouched beside the body, ignoring the whispers that followed her movement. The other species had grown suspicious of humanity's immunity, some suggesting collaboration with the assassins. But Elena knew the truth was far stranger. "Director," she called softly, "look at the wound pattern." Thane's multiple eyes focused on the precise puncture in Crix's chest. Clean. Surgical. Like all the others. Exactly. Elena stood, her mind processing details that eluded the galaxy's most advanced security systems. The killer uses phase shift technology, operating just outside our dimensional frequency. That's why your scanners detect nothing. A collective gasp rippled through the chamber. Phase shift assassination was theoretical at best, requiring technology beyond most civilizations' capabilities. Impossible, scoffed High Counselor Vex, his serpentine form coiling with agitation. Such technology would require a multidimensional perception that your species lacks, Elena interrupted. She activated her wrist display, projecting readings that made the assembled delegates recoil. Every species here perceives reality through evolutionary adaptations specific to their homeworlds. Your vision, hearing, even spatial awareness, all perfectly tuned for your native environments. The crowd murmured with growing unease. But humans, Elena continued, her voice carrying across the vast chamber, evolved as persistent predators on a world that demanded adaptability above all else. We survived ice ages, continental shifts, and countless environmental catastrophes. Our brains didn't specialize, they generalized. She gestured to her fellow human delegates. While your species developed incredible abilities in narrow spectrums, humans developed something else entirely. The capacity to perceive patterns across multiple dimensional frequencies simultaneously. It's why human intuition seems supernatural to you. We're literally seeing things you can't. Director Thane's arms stopped trembling. You can see them. Not see exactly. Elena's smile was predatory. But we can sense the dimensional disturbances they create. The slight temporal echoes. The quantum ripples that your highly specialized senses filter out as irrelevant noise. She pulled out a seemingly ordinary pistol, its design crude compared to the energy weapons favored by other species. And while your advanced weapons target specific molecular structures or energy patterns, human weapons are beautifully simple. Kinetic projectiles don't care what dimension you're operating in. Momentum is momentum. The air shimmered near the chamber's eastern wall. Elena's weapon discharged 3 times in rapid succession. The projectiles seemed to vanish into empty space before a shriek pierced the air. Something massive struck the floor, invisible to most sensors but undeniably real as purple blood began spreading from the impact point. The phantom assassin materialized as its phase shift technology failed, revealing a creature that existed primarily in folded space-time. Its form writhed between dimensions before finally solidifying into something vaguely recognizable, a being of living shadow and bent light. "The Umbral Collective," whispered Counselor Vex. "We thought they were extinct." Elena holstered her weapon. They nearly were. But evolution doesn't stop. They adapted to hunt in folded space. Unfortunately for them, They never encountered a species that evolved to be universally adaptable. She looked around the chamber at the stunned delegates. You asked why humans are the only ones safe from these assassins? It's simple. While your species spent millions of years becoming perfect at surviving in specific environments, humans spent the same time becoming adequate at surviving in any environment. The chamber erupted in a mixture of relief and renewed whispers. Some delegates backed away from the human contingent, while others pressed closer, seeking protection. Elena addressed the crowd one final time. The Umbral Collective made one fatal miscalculation. They assumed that because humans seem primitive compared to your technological marvels, we'd be the easiest targets. Her smile turned cold. They forgot that sometimes the most dangerous predator is the one that refuses to specialize. As security teams secured the assassin's body and emergency protocols activated throughout the station, the galaxy's most pressing question had finally been answered. Humans weren't immune to the Phantom Killers because of luck or conspiracy. They were immune because 10 million years of relentless adaptation had created the one thing the Umbral Collective couldn't predict: a species that could hunt the hunters, no matter what dimension they try to hide in. The age of human specialization in galactic security had begun,